Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about my 2016 FZ09. I wrapped it in 3M 2080 matte black metallic. Overall the wrap went well. It's the very first time that I've wrapped anything and it was certainly a challenge. You can see this bike has a lot of different sweeping curves that go multiple directions, not only on the tank but on the front fender and a couple of side fairings that I do have on this bike. So today we're going to go over what went right, what went wrong, unfortunately, are also in this video going to fix the problems that we find. So let's go ahead and get to it. I'm gonna give you some close-ups and I'm gonna talk about the process and how I did it. Okay, so I want to begin up here on the tank. I attempted to wrap this tank like 7 times. That's 5. Several times. And I firmly believe that there's somebody out there that can wrap it in one piece. I'm just not at that skill level currently. So as you can see, I did the tank in 3 pieces. You can see right here the line for the very top piece. You can see that right there. And then here's this middle piece that's going across that you saw in the video. And then down here is this bottom and last seam. You can see I have a little mess up right there, and that's unfortunate. And so this is one of the issues. This is something that I am not a fan of. When I was pulling the tape out, you can see that the knifeless tape kind of slipped and the line didn't follow as clean right here. It's not super easy to see, but it's definitely not hidden, okay? So I had to wrap it 1 piece here, a piece on the other side, a piece coming down through this middle area, and then a piece on top to really make it work. As you can see, these curves, they sweep around the entire body like this, and they also come down and go in and then kind of flat and recess through here. So overall, the tank I think turned out great. Can you see the seams? Yes. Are they obvious? Of course. I'm happy with the way it turned out. It's a very good looking color. The tank looks great. So now let's go on to the side pieces. These air intake little fairings right here. I just covered up the blue part. You know, I was kind of curious. I wasn't sure this was gonna look very well when I did it, but I'm happy with the way it turned out. I like that you get to see the FZ, and the bike obviously definitely has other silver accents still on it, so that kind of matches them pretty well. All right, now let's talk about the side fairings, and this is where you're going to see behind the hidden doors. Okay, so now here is the left side fairing, and you could definitely see blue. We take a look. I did this actually in 3 pieces. There's a seam right here along this edge, and then I also did another seam right here on this flap. And I did that because I actually did 1 piece this, but I didn't like the way it turned out up top. And so the problem is none of this is going to be seen from the outside. And to cover that in knifeless tape it, I mean, I could have done it. I decided not to. And you can see this riser piece up here kind of filled this in, and it does look terrible around the edges. There's some bubbling there, you know, that looks terrible, but, and you can see the backside, but when the seat is on, you don't see any of it. Now, you do see a bit of blue around these edges, but the reason why I put the wrap on the back side, you could definitely see that back line back there. And so that had to be covered up. So let's go ahead and take the seat back off. Okay, so now that we've talked about the side fairings, let's talk about the ugly thing that you're not gonna see behind doors. Right here. Lots of wrinkles in this area. Again, I attempted to 1 piece this several times, and it did not work out very well. So I kind of had to compromise here. There's this little metal piece, this tab sticking out that honestly doesn't really serve much purpose because the seat sticks in and clicks in under here. And you know, trying to wrap left and right and down onto that like this, it was really hard. So I just kind of had to settle with this, and I'm not happy with this. Certainly not doing this for customers, but this is my own motorcycle. You're never gonna see it. I'm always gonna know it's there, but the overall look that I'm going for, I still get. And that's the wonderful thing that I love about vinyl wrap, is because I can get away with little mistakes like this that you don't see, but none of it's permanent. I can take all this off and my motorcycle's blue again, and I can wrap it a different color and it's a completely different color. Okay, so now that I've shown you what was wrong with the tank and what was wrong with the side, now I need to show you where it actually did mess up, and that is on the front fender. right here, as you can see, there is a crazy amount of bubbling where this seam comes through right here. And you can even see it's pulling away from the inside. And that's where that line was. So the line for the way that this fender was wrapped, these uprights have a layer up through here, another one on the inside for both sides, and then one single piece all the way through the top. And I started from the back and finished it this way. And the problem is, what I'm thinking happened is I heated up the vinyl, got the vinyl too hot, stretched it into this crease, it didn't stay, and it pulled out. Unfortunately, I was not able to really ride this motorcycle much after I wrapped it, because the weather was really cold, so it sat out in the cold garage for a while, and that probably didn't help anything out either. And it also did on the other side, as you can see. But I also maybe should have applied heat for longer than I did. I thought I had set it in correctly. Maybe, well, obviously I didn't, right? So those are the issues. As you can see, we went over the tank, we went over the seams, we went over the stuff that you can't see, the stuff that doesn't look very good, but with a vinyl wrap you can hide. The great thing about this vinyl is I'm gonna be taking it off. And if I can hide things like that under this seat, I personally can live with that. Again, this is the very first time I've ever wrapped anything, and I'm actually very happy with the result. So, with that being said, go ahead, get to work. Let's go ahead and get this top layer off, and we'll get a closer view up on the bench top. We'll go ahead and correct this. Let's get to it. All right, well, now that we have the front fender off, go ahead and take it to the tabletop over there. Remove this top strip of vinyl. Let's go ahead and redo it. Let's go. All right, let's go ahead and get this top piece of vinyl off. I'm gonna start right here in this corner where it's already done half of the job for me. Now you'll probably see that the underside of this is dirty. It's definitely not gonna help when it comes to sealing the vinyl on the back side, but I cleaned up the edges when I was doing it, and the edges on the bottom side seem to be fine. It only seems where it got pressed into these recesses is where it just really didn't like it. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this off, talk about what we're gonna do next. So there we go. Now the vinyl is taken off. The surface can be prepped again for the next layer that's going to be put on. We'll go ahead and get the materials for that. I would like to point out, you can see right here where I put in some, this is actually clear tint vinyl. And the reason I did this is because the first time I did this front fender and I put it on, the vinyl got scratched really bad right there. And so this is, a lot thicker than this 3M 2080. It just acts as kind of like a protective layer. So when I'm putting it on, it might be rubbing up in there as it's kind of moving around a little bit. It might protect it. Some of you will also notice I did not wrap the inside. Shouldn't see any point in it. It's dirty. Can't really see it. Kind of can when it shines off the silver of the fork tube, but I'm not too worried about that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the supplies ready to go ahead and lay down the vinyl on the top, and I'm gonna bring you in close and we're gonna go over how it's gonna be done. All right, let's go ahead and do it. Okay, so here we have the fender, the wrap that we need, knifeless tape, scissors, razor blade, and some Rapid Tack. So first I want to go over the plan. Before, as you saw, it was just one entire piece coming down like this. What I plan on doing now is just covering these two spaces right here, and then have another piece that goes through and then lays out, right? Because the problem areas were right here. I want the seam to be in there so it's hard to be seen. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna lay down the first one, do the two pieces, and then we'll come back and do the top one. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so as you can see, the seams here are much nicer than those bubbles were. So the last thing I want to go over and the last thing I want to take off is, I mentioned earlier about the tint that I had thrown inside of here. Well, I also placed it here on these emblems. While I don't think it looks terrible, I don't think it looks great, and I don't think it looks great for just one reason, and that's right here. Maybe you can see it. The tint didn't really fold back to the back side of the emblems very well. So while they look very nice being dark, they're gonna have to be taken off because the edges don't look good. And just like that, we're done. Okay, thanks for watching, everyone. That'll be it for today's video. Please like and subscribe below. It'll really help out. This channel is in its infancy, so every single one of them counts. Stay tuned for more videos. I'm gonna upload when I can, hopefully at least once a week for a while, until I can pick it up. I do have some things planned, some cool projects, and one of the videos coming up soon, I'll kind of talk about the structure of this channel, what we're gonna be going over, and what we're gonna be doing. So thanks a lot for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.